Welcome to the Mischief. I'm Valen, and this is C-Block. Rustic Waters. A mod by Bullyman. Or a mod pack, rather. Not a mod, there's a pack of mods. So, today we're going to be covering, well, not this exactly that you see behind me, but it is going to be the Mark I version of the automatic sluice machine. And over the next couple episodes, we will be developing it into this sleek, very sexy looking machine you got behind me. Well, okay, maybe not sexy, but still. It is really effective and efficient and relatively compact. All I gotta do is just pump a bunch of stuff in there. So, let's get into it. So, as before, we have done many things in this little base. And honestly, this little setup here, well, first, it looks really crap. It kind of functions. I mean, I've got it at least some semblance of some compactness, but I'm not really as concerned about compactness as much as I am the functionality of this. It still is nowhere near being automated. I mean, I've got to take items from my inventory, click on both of these, and then I have to get water, whether it be from a bucket that has been put in here, and then click up here and have it all pour down and whatnot. And I'm just like, you know, I could do better than this. And so I've been messing around in like a creative world of this so that I could see what I had access to. And I do have the ability to get a good chunk of this automated in a much better fashion, but I will need to make some progress, as one would expect in a mod pack. So, things that we're probably going to be working on, yes, we got the Chemist Workshop last time. I forgot to claim this. We get 16 Enlightened Clear Glass, which is actually really, really useful, especially if I want to expand out our little moon pool accesses that we have here. On top of that, it looks like I've got an Artisan Beaker, and I would have one, but if you look, it says Artisan's Iron Beaker, and I didn't realize that, and I bought another, if you look on the side here, Steel Beaker. Oops. So, that's the thing. These don't seem to have any options up here. Maybe these are like saved recipes or something, but these don't seem to actually be able to do anything. Because I try and put things up there, they don't work. The tools can go here, and they can go down at the bottom. In fact, I think you can put almost anything in the bottom. Yeah. But the smaller versions, these little work tables instead of workshops, yeah, you can't even... Yeah, these no longer accept any items. Can't even put the tools over there, so even more reason to upgrade at this point. But we're going to be upgrading some stuff so that I can also access some things that I need in order to make this a little bit more automatable. Specifically, if you remember, back in the introduction here, right here, A Little Bit of Love, it says this would require a combination of automated users, the only machines that will interact with sluices, which is the key term there. So I will need some users, and I put that on here, automated users, so we can make some of those. But I also was told in the comments that, yeah, I don't need a diamond furnace. I can just make a prismarine furnace from a freaking gold one and stop wasting fuel and stop you guys from face palming, because honestly, I don't want that. You don't want that. None of us want that. And I don't think I have any in here. Do I have any prismarine just laying around in here? I've got 5. And, oh, there's some more. Okay. I should be able to just upgrade this straight away then. And then that would allow me to, yes, get a really nice, appropriately looking furnace for this area here. Ooh. It doesn't hold as much fuel. That's a bit worrisome. I would expect it to hold more fuel. I see that it splits and can do 2 different types, though, so that's kind of cool. But I don't know that mini coal is going to be enough at this point. Maybe. Because if I go in the top, it'll be the stuff that gets smelted here. If I go in the side, it should be fuel. So if I take this out, and I forgot about that there's stuff there. Let's. I don't even have my hopper with me. Let's just put that there so it stops making a mess. Oh, I'm so sorry, water. I've got a bucket for this. Oh, it fixed itself. Okay, it just took a second there. What I was wanting to do is just have a funnel come down with a whole bunch, or funnel, not a funnel, a hopper come down with a whole bunch of mini coal in it, because I can't even open that anymore. And if I get a couple of these here, then I could smelt 2 things at a time right now. So that's probably going to be enough. I'm just going to put the mini coal in there and the furnace just in case I need it later. Maybe as I go, I will make a regular hopper and just have that go in on the side. And I could put something in the top as well. But I mean, it can hold 4 slots, so I don't really need a hopper in the side. Or on the top. Just on the side maybe for the fuel, because the fuel output is surprisingly low. I was hoping for something a little bit bigger, but that'll have to do. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Let's continue on here. Go back to parts and production. I'm going to probably need to make some of these workshop tables, which shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. I mean, that's what they're there for. But first and foremost, there is something that I need to get. And that is not muffins. It's I need sound blocks. That's right. And you can't make them in the mod pack. You can only earn them in rewards. You can probably get some upgrades here with Ender.io. Yeah, which should be cool. Wait, it's a sound locator. No, that's not going to help. No, that's not going to help. That's not muffling anything. Can't play almost any sound, but we want this. Wait, there's a doorbell? Maybe we should have that over by the when we come in and out through there. But the soundproofing block doesn't actually do anything, but there is a quest. This one here, Hammer Time, which actually... Oh, shoot. I thought that it gave... I thought it gave one. When I was in my other world, it gave one. I am so thoroughly confused now. Okay, so I guess I can't get those. But I was going to get a sound block. And I was going to put it near a certain penguin so that we wouldn't have to listen to him jawing on the whole time. And also something over here, because if this thing's going to be automated and constantly pouring water, it's going to be making a lot of sound. But I guess we'll figure this out as we go. Doggone it, I swear that I saw that on the Hammer Time one here, but I guess not. Anyway, let's move on. Alright, first and foremost, I'm going to need a chest. And yes, I just keep putting these back in here because I keep on using them very frequently, rather than running back and forth. And I'm going to need to kind of move this around a little bit. I need to pull it away from the wall, which you'll hopefully see why in time. And in fact, I probably need to take this gauge off. I'm going to need to smelt up a bunch of iron while I'm at it. I didn't even think about that. Ingots, chunks, fuels. I don't think I have... Yeah, I've got 1 iron ingot. So I'm going to need to smelt some up. And in fact, I'm going to toss in a good percentage of them. And those that, for those that think that you can re-sluice some of these, you are correct. But the ones that we're getting out of this are not the kind that you can actually do that with. To give an example... Let's actually take a bunch of iron rocky chunks, and I can click on here, and you'll see that there is actually nothing, if I can get up top, in there when I click on it. Doesn't go in. There are several that will, but of the ones that we've been getting, none of them will fit back in there just yet. So currently, it's just a bunch of stuff that is going in here. Let's actually separate that, cook it up twice as fast. Nice. Now, to kind of clean this up, we're going to need to keep this one here, but move this one out of there. And there's also the that little item over there that just fell in the water, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get it, so I'm going to have to break this one too. The reason that I've got 2 of these, because I made one before, I don't know if you guys saw or not, but it's so that I can have this kind of go fast enough to fill a bucket that instantly goes into a chest. Because if you notice when you put a bucket in here, these aren't or both pushing, if only one is and this hasn't filled it up enough, you have it constantly keep going, it will only do it for the first few, and then after a bit it'll be too fast. So you need to have 2 of these actually filling it. Now I do need to have access to this side over here so that I can actually access this chest in a different way. But I guess you'll see in a moment here. I need a few wood planks so that I can use those for just hedging in the edges here. Keep the water from running around too far. We're going to want it here, here. Actually, we'll want it there and there. I had that mistaken. There and there. And then I can put... First, let me grab that. This here. There we go. And then that should probably start filling up once I put the lever here, which should affect both of those, and they both should start filling shortly after. At least I hope so. Yeah, there they go. So with 2 of these, it should be enough to keep up with what I have in mind. And in fact, this tree is kind of encroaching a bit. So we're just going to take that down. No problems there. Get a little bit of stuff there. And You know, I can probably put some of this in here, put the saplings in there. Just keep it for now. I might move some of this dirt. I'm going to try not to at the moment because wait, I can make grass. I was able to make grass blocks, which, by the way, yes, you're right. Grass is... I reviewed the video, and man, am I a derp about that. But the bonsai... I started screaming at the screen when I saw it here. But hopping bonsai, if you look at the use for this, yes, it does say right there in the middle, bright yellow. If you're not colorblind, and I'm not, you can see right there, it tells you the different things. And I want coral reef to put in there to increase the speed of these things. And I think I might have even downgraded it with what I chose, and I just used a hatchet for this. There we go. That's better. Is there any... No red X's. Okay, good. Good. You hold on to this dirt for now, because I don't have any other place to put it. So this back area here is probably going to end up getting moved, but I just want this chest to be the bucket chest. As you saw before, it'll instantly fill any bucket that goes in there. And I plan on using a regular bucket instead of a golden one. I don't think I really need to use a golden one. It probably would work just fine, but I don't think I need to overcomplicate things. Now these sluices are going to need to be moved. I might even want to move this one block out further, now that I think about it. That's probably a good idea. And I'm going to want a few more blocks, just so that I have something to work with here until then. And then I can have a little bit more space, because these sluices are very difficult to place. For example, actually it takes a pickaxe to move them. Let's grab that. Did it go into my inventory? Where'd it go? Oh, it's still up there. There we go. Placing them down, they face away from you. So if you try and place that back up against this glass, that's a bit challenging to do. So I'm going to bring it forward a little bit, create like a little bit of a platform up there, so that I can access this, and then we can do it from there. But I'm more or less, let's actually empty all this out. I'm going to dismantle this entire thing, move it all over, and probably be back in a moment. Well, or at least for you guys. Let me grab that glass. Plug that hole. There we go. So like I said, I'll be back in just a moment for you guys. Alright, there we go. So I do have some stuff going on here. Doesn't look like much, but currently I have just kind of like this L shape of water that is currently, you know, making the water that I need for these two with a single lever, activating both of them to turn on and off, which is pretty basic stuff here. This is the chest for refilling a bucket. Now, from this, we're going to need to go up and or down with items. And yeah, we're also going to need a couple users and hoppers, which you can turn into uppers, by the way. And I know I'll need at least one, but there we go. I've got those. So what we're going to need is this automated user, which is going to take a bit of doing to get to, because it requires a dispenser and winding gears, or all of this stuff and 2 winding gears. And honestly, I'm kind of thinking of just doing a dispenser, which means we need a blacksmith workshop. And I don't think that we have a work table quest, so I might as well just go for the workshop itself. Let's see here. That's ocean smithing. I think that's the one. Blacksmith workshop. Yeah, that's the one we want. Will enable you to craft armors, tools, and parts for use in other workshops. And we get a storage upgrade, which is excellent because we're going to need that. But let's try making one of those. Blacksmith. There we go. And the recipe on that requires some treated wood and a whole bunch of iron. I used up all my iron, so I'm going to have to smelt some more up, and I will make some more treated wood, and I'll be back in another moment. Alright, so I should have all the required items at this point. Yep, and I actually had 4 pieces of the wood left, which is kind of funny. I'm smelting up some more iron because I know I'm going to need it. Boy, that's weird when that happens. Plus, I'm smelting up a little bit of silver because, as people mentioned, silver tools actually seem to be like the best, short of diamond in most cases. So that's what I'm going to try and go for here. Maybe I'll upgrade my bow or something, but I could always buy one in the shop for a diamond, buy a diamond one as well, or diamond tools. One-time use, but that could be cool. So let's see. I now have the blacksmith workshop, which should fit over here. Oh, and I took the old little workshop, the carpenter's one. Since it doesn't actually serve a purpose anymore, I've given it one, and that is to display one of the trophies. The first trophy, so to speak. I might put that one in the middle or rearrange it or something, but for now, I think it'll be alright. Let's just put this, I guess right here. Wow, that's really loud. Put it right there for now. I think it requires a bit of some fluid in most cases. Let's see, use. Here, there's 140 recipes you can make on here. Different plates and all sorts of stuff. Okay. Well, let's look at the next bit. We've got that done. I don't think I need to know hoppers or uppers because they're pretty much the same thing. The furnace is done. Automated user, which I need a dispenser to make iron gears in a blacksmith work table, which you might think, oh no, Valen, this is really small. Don't worry, it'll take the smaller recipes in here as well. What I need to do is make some kind of hammer. And I think that that's probably going to be one of the first things I start making here. Let's get the hammer, which there are different versions. These ones are good for mining. These ones are not. These ones are just fast to attack, and that's pretty much it. I will need a bit of string and sticks. I've got some sticks. I just need a bit of string. And I should be able to make an iron hammer, because that's pretty much my most common metal for the most part, and it's got a good durability rating on there. There we go. Now I can make, let's go with this. I will need pliers. Okay. Well, I need to make some of those too, and that's fine because I'm going to need these eventually anyway. Sticks, string, and so on. I've got one string, so I should be able to just make that right away. There we go. Pliers. Put that in here. And now can I make a dispenser? I'm pretty close. I need any regular stone. There we go. And I'm also unlocking quests at the same time. Let's just grab a bunch of stone, and then I can put this stuff back once I'm done with it. Let's start with a regular iron gear. Wow, that did not transfer well, did it? Let's put this here, that there. There we go. Iron gear. So it's a little bit janky with the smaller recipes. I got to remember that. This one here. Can I make that? Well, all the stuff's there. It just didn't quite go in right. That looks so funky. All right, I think it went something like this, and a hopper, or was it these two? There we go, a dispenser. Got it. Now with that, I will need winding gears, which is going to be another iron gear, 2 redstone, and a copper gear. So I just need some copper ingots and a little bit of redstone. I can make those real quick. Ingots, copper, I've got a few of those. I think it's 5 pieces for a copper gear. Oh, and redstone I think was in here. Is that what I needed for that? I need 2 to make 1 set of gears. Okay, fair enough. Probably going to end up needing more later on. But for now, and was that actually... No, that was in the workshop too. Alright, well, fair enough. We do iron gear. I have a feeling I'm going to need a lot of these. Copper gear. Make that. And the pliers for some reason came out because I think they were not needed for some of the recipes, so it just kind of kicked itself out. There we go, winding gears. That and this. I need to take these out into a regular crafting bench. Slap some gears on this dispenser and make an automated user. Oh, I just realized I need to make 2. Alright, well I'll be back after I make a second one. And there we go, I now have 2 automated users. The reason I need 2 is because one of them, here I'll actually use this as an example in my inventory, will go on one side of the sluice, the other one will go on the other. One of them will be feeding into it things like dirt, sand, and gravel. The other one will be feeding into it things like buckets, and therefore, or buckets of water. So therefore they will automate a bit of that. All I will need to do is provide this user, in the end, with some kind of ingredients like dirt, gravel, and sand, which I think I might be able to do as I progress through a bit more of the storage drawers stuff. But for the beginning, it'll just be a chest with those ingredients tossed in it from these strainers, which, speaking of, as it's no tool. Let's grab these, because I'm going to need these a bit higher up. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff on the ground I don't think I picked up earlier. I'm going to want these above, and then I can always trap the water that's in them. I should eat some food. Speaking of, my nutrition's been doing pretty good. I've been sipping a lot of milk, eating a lot of veggies, and my fruit just kind of, because I haven't been eating any of it, has been doing pretty good. And like I said before, you can just kind of... Can I actually drink this? No, I can't. You can just take a bucket of milk and just up that. I mean, look, dairy's 66 right now. Let's have another sip. And now it's at 68. So you can just keep on doing this for as much milk as you have. You can probably use a user on this thing with buckets if you so desired. Fill things up into another tank, or just have a whole bunch of buckets ready and available. Or you can just do what I'm doing right now and just sip a whole bunch of it until you end up getting enough. And then on occasion you can just sip and you know, have a little sipple of the milk so that you can top it off later on as you need to. Once you get to 80%, I think it's over 80%, is when you start getting the nutrition bonus now, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken. But we shall see. So let's see. I now have to claim this. Go back. Is there a spot for me to like double check to make sure? Because this doesn't look right to me. When I was in my other world, my test world, this was all very different looking. It's weird. I think that it's like currently giving me an older quest version. I might have to talk to Bully about that to figure out what the heck I've done to mess up my my quest progression on this. But we shall see. Anyway, I now have a storage upgrade on this, which I don't want to use yet. I'm probably just going to hang on to that. So I need to actually transfer things up into sluices, which I will need some planks to start with, just so I can get up to another area, because I'm going to want this to come down off of something here. Let's do this. Can I start with a bit of this type of thing here? I'm going to want the sluice not here, but probably here-ish. Can I put that there? That could work, but it's not going to, because I need to have a hopper underneath it. So I need to lift it up another plank's worth. Let's do this. This will be a little... I didn't get like the up-down logistics figured out quite so much yet, so you'll have to forgive me on that one. But there we go. That should work. And then I can have a hopper coming out of that into something else, like a chest. Let's do this. And I could probably put... Do I have a chest in here? I do. I came prepared for some of this stuff. Chest there. I have a hopper there, so that any of the results that come out go into the chest. Now, what I do need to do is clear away some of this stuff, because I think this is going to get in the way now. There we go. Probably this side as well. I might end up switching these to slabs later on, just so that it's a little easier to get around on. But I need to have a user, which users place backwards. They face you when you place them, which actually I find quite convenient. Now I do need some planks here. Let's put something here, here, here. There we go. Now I have something to place against. There. And then both of these are facing this. Now here's the thing. You see this? This is the tick delay. I'm going to crank that all the way up to maximum, because I don't want these things to constantly be ticking all the time. And you can always turn them off, you know, requires redstone and so on. And you can change the area that it's affecting. Right now, I just want them to affect one thing at a time. I don't need it to affect like a massive area, which you can, but you have to be careful, because when you put U's in there and you've got some items in here, it will start placing blocks. So you might want to change it to attack, put stuff in that area, but don't... You probably don't want to stand in this area either if you give it something, because then it might try attacking stuff in that area. I don't know if it'll actually work that way. I haven't tried it. Probably need some kind of weapon. Alright, so let's continue on with this. If I have hoppers and uppers exchanging the water bucket in here, they will both need to go into and out of this chest. So I made it a double chest just for ease. So I will need hoppers going down into it and uppers coming out of it, as you can see. At least that's the plan, but I need to work backwards. So let's do here, and then I can do here. So that is hopper going down into the chest. And then I can have the upper going into there, 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 and there. So now it's going down in, getting refilled real briefly, and then going back up. At least that's the plan. Let's see if I can... Do I have any... Do I have a bucket? Where'd my bucket go? I swear I had one. Probably ended up getting used. Oh, brother. Well, I've got enough to make 2 ingots. Well, I will be right back once I get myself a bucket. Actually, I have enough right there. Okay, good. I was worried. I'm like, tell me I've got like one more item. Perfect. Okay, so with this going in here, it should instantly get some water in it. Probably didn't see it. We shall find out. Because this is currently now facing into this chest. And we'll know if it works if... Ow! It's attacking? Use. There we go. Oh, that's where the other one went. Give me that. Okay. So it is coming down. Going down. I am confused. So did it go... Oh, there it goes. But it's empty. Because we took the water too quickly. So let's take that back out. I'm going to throw in 1 bucket. And it should fill that fast enough. Let's get up here. And then it'll use it. Yep, you can see that there's water in here now. But it went back in again. That was too fast. Okay, so it's going a bit too fast down the line. That's not going to be good. Which means I either need to raise this up some so that it's farther away and more hoppers and uppers are needed. Or I could put some kind of delay on one of the hoppers. Which could be a thing. Could be a thing. Let me think that through for a second and I'll be right back.